Hey guys, a few days ago I spent 2 nights at the Glen Oro Eco-Retreat, but because I am not typically a vlogger, I did not film an intro or an outro to this video. So I'm just going to do it by way of voiceover. We'll do some music, it'll be very chill and laid back, but this is just taking a look at some of the accommodations that were available. They have more of like a traditional tent style, which is what I stayed in. And then they have a sky view one, which has like a domed ceiling that you can see the stars through. So here is the inside of the, we'll put tent in quotes because clearly it's better than a tent. It had indoor plumbing, it had electricity, obviously there's a shower in there. The toilet is like a compost toilet, so there was no actual flushing involved. It was quite the setup, to be honest, but it works and it's better than having to go outside. Great big bed with an electric blanket on it. And then they had like a star projector as well, which you can see over there in the corner. The sides are all canvas, but it had nice windows. You can see just how wintry and wonderful it is outside. The nights were a bit chilly, I will be completely honest, but there's one of those sky gazer ones in the distance there. But you can see how quiet and remote it is. But it had a nice hardwood floor. There was a comfy couch to relax on. All the amenities that you'd really need were there. I brought my snowshoes with me. And then the main source of heat was that wood burning stove. But again, there's the view outside. So you're not right on top of your neighbor. You can see them, but they're off at a distance, and the fire was beautiful. Now, I'm not going to lie, traditionally, one of my biggest concerns when going away from home is what am I going to eat? And we were so far out in the country with this, it wasn't going to be simple to just like get in the car and go. So I stocked up on groceries. Normally, I would have probably, honestly, 3 full bags of chips to take with me for just 2 nights. I know, but that's what it would have been before I had gastric bypass surgery. But you can see they stock you up with all of your essentials that you're going to need, your cutlery, cookware, all of that good stuff. So I didn't have to bring any of that with me. So I thought about what I wanted to eat, including snacks. I brought protein oatmeal for breakfast one day, Smart Sweets to have as a little treat at night. You can see Crispers. I brought 2 buns for lunch, and then they did have a little mini fridge. So I brought, let's see what I show first, the protein bars. So Built bars, the chocolate peanut butter flavor, highly, highly recommend. So I brought 2 of the full-sized ones, and then I brought the little Built bites as well, which are basically just half the size of the regular protein bar. I brought a little container of peaches to have with cottage cheese for breakfast. I brought a bag of shrimp. So I cooked those. I think I have a clip of it, but I cooked those in the cast iron skillet. I brought some halloumi cheese, which I also cooked in the cast iron. And I know I have a clip of that, so I'll show that. Brought just a little bit of butter because I didn't think they'd have that, which was a good call because they didn't. I brought a package of baby spinach. I love these Black Diamond combos, the cheese with nuts and raisins. So good. I like to put those on top of my salad or just eat them as a snack. Bruised protein coffee. I think it's got like 20 grams of protein in it. And then I cut it with a little bit of the vanilla Premier protein instead of using creamer. There's the cottage cheese. I used to hate cottage cheese, not gonna lie, hated it. Add some peaches or strawberries. Game changer. It's so good. And then I found this guacamole at Sobeys here in Ontario. And it doesn't go brown. It's fantastic. It's like a squeeze container, and it's also just really tasty. I brought sugar-free Red Bull, Diet Pepsi in the mini cans. Even at that, I can't always finish those cans, but I like to have them on hand. And then I brought some creamy cucumber salad dressing. I don't use a lot of salad dressing, so I don't bother with the low-fat stuff, but you always could, of course. And then a small bottle of wine. Oh, and then it's cutting to me cooking one of my meals. So here's the shrimp. I did like a lemon garlic orzo with the shrimp. And they had like, what are those called? Induction an induction burner, I think is what it's, convection. Oh my gosh, I don't know. But anyways, this is what my dinner ended up looking like. So I had a spinach salad with some more cucumber cut up on top of it, a glass of water. I know you're not supposed to drink when you eat, but I'm a rule breaker. And then I didn't finish all of this, but my goodness, it was so good. It was so yummy. All right, who wants to go on an adventure with me? Let's head outside and see what we can see. It's so peaceful and quiet. All I can hear are like the birds every now and then the wind going through the tops of the trees, and it's so peaceful. It's beautiful. This is exactly how I restore my soul. I have to be outside for it, and this is just beautiful. And I'm actually warm. That's the thing with winters. As long as you layer up, you're good. Like, I'm sweating underneath my little gaiter here, so I'm warm, but it's nice. It's been so cold here in Ontario all winter, and finally we're at reasonable cold temperatures, and it's nice to be able to get outside and enjoy the weather. So I'm gonna go on with my walk. After my walk, it was time for a nice hot shower. They have enough hot water for about 15 minutes, and then it takes about 45 minutes for the hot water tank to reset itself, but it was more than enough. And then I was ready for a late lunch. So I grilled up some halloumi on the cast iron skillet just on top of that wood burning stove. I love halloumi. If you haven't tried it, I highly, highly recommend. And then I had toasted my bun. I have a little bit of butter on there and then some pesto. I just lay the halloumi on top of it, and then I have baby spinach as a garnish as well. And then I had a baby spinach and cucumber salad to go with it as well. Later on that night, after some journaling and doing some crossword puzzles, it was time to just enjoy a glass of wine and read my book. Currently reading How It Happened by Michael Kurita, one of my current favorite authors.